I will work through some of these problems in case you get stuck over the weekend. So first, number 1, find two positive numbers such that their product is 192 and the sum of the first plus 3 times the second is a minimum. So this is an optimization question. The first thing you ask yourself is, are you minimizing or maximizing? And we are definitely finding a minimum, so I'm going to write that down. We're trying to minimize something. We're trying to minimize something, and then the question is, what is it we're trying to minimize? Well, it's not their product. We know that their product, let's call them X and Y. We know the product is 192. What we're trying to minimize is that the sum of the first plus 3 times the second. So let's call that S. That's our sum, and I'm going to represent it as we're taking the sum of the first, which is just X, plus 3 times the second. So this is our objective function. This is our other little bit of information. As you know, this is only there to get rid of one of the variables. So I'm going to solve for y and substitute it back in here. So now my objective function is x is equal to x plus 3 times 192 over x, and 192 over x, 192 times 3, sorry, times 3 is 576. So S is x plus 576 over x. So there's our objective function. Now let's sketch the graph. We have to plug this into our calculator. I know it's going to be S versus x. I know x has got to be a positive number, but I'm not sure how big it has to be. I know it's going to be probably smaller than 192. So I'm going to type that in. So we have x plus 576 divided by x. As far as the window is concerned, I'm just playing with it. I know, again, I'll go up to 100. And for y, I don't need any negative numbers from my sum. But I'm probably going to go up to, I don't know, I'll leave it at 200. And wouldn't you know, that ends up being kind of a good graph. So I'm going to copy that down. Here's S versus X. I'm looking for a minimum value of S. So obviously it's going to be right over here. So in order to find that, I do second calc. And the choices that I'm going to have, I'm going to pick 3 minimum. For left bound, I just need to get somewhere to the left of that local minimum, relative minimum. So that's good enough. I press enter, right bound. I just get somewhere to the right, press enter. Guess I always press enter. And it turns out that this, I'm going to assume this is 24 and 48. So x, the 24 is the x value that'll give me the sum of 48. But let's see, what are they asking for? They're just saying find two positive numbers. So find x and y. So obviously my x value is 24. And to get the y value, well, let's go right over here. 192 divided by 24, in fact, gives me 8. So that's problem number 1.